Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club is on. Wake up!
The Breakfast Club, Envy, and Charlamagne, the voice of the culture.
You think I'm coming here when this ain't hot?
See, y'all different. Y'all the culture. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what y'all talking about.
This is probably becoming the most prominent forum for hip-hop.
Being here next to all of you guys, it's really big.
Put it in perspective.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Wake up!
Good morning, USA!
Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday.
Yes, it's Monday. Back to the work week. Good morning.
Man, it is such a great morning, man. How you feeling out there, my brother?
I just want to say I want to salute. Of course, today is 9/11.
That's
so
right.
I want to salute to, I know there's a lot going on in the city today. Traffic's going to be crazy. The vice president is actually in town. The president's going to be speaking at a base in Alaska. So I just want to salute to everybody who that got family members that lost their lives, that came and made sure everybody was okay at 9/11. It was just such a hectic day. I remember, thinking back how that happened. So I want to salute to everybody that was, that's going to be out there today and just remembering their lost ones. So and their
what is it, 22 years?
I believe 22 years. Yeah, yesterday at the Giants game, Queen Latifah sang. It was very dedicated to all the soldiers and Army and Navy and all the medical people and everybody that, ran down there to those buildings to just help people. So I just want to salute to everybody today.
Absolutely. Definitely thinking about them always. And it's a damn shame that the New York Giants couldn't be inspired by that, in any way, shape, or form to show up yesterday.
Yeah. I showed up. I was there.
I saw you. I definitely saw you.
I was there.
And I would like the record to show that was the first time in a long time that I had a 40. When the last time you had a 40? You know what I'm saying?
What you mean 40?
I ain't had a 40. I ain't had a 40-0 since I was a teenager. What was your favorite 40-0 growing up, Envy? Did you like St. Ides? Did you like Old English? Huh? What did you like? Colt 45?
Never really a 40 person.
Schlitz Malt Liquor? King Cobra?
Nah,
Steel Reserve 211?
Never really.
Hurricane?
I would have been more of a St. Ides person, but I'm just never been into a beer 40, like 40s.
Yeah, you don't like 40s, right?
Yeah, they weren't my thing.
Yeah, you don't like 40s. Messed your stomach up a little bit last night?
A little bit. Little bit.
Oh, okay.
I was really surprised there was so many Cowboy fans in that stadium last night.
Come on, now we America's team. Knock it off.
Oh my!
You know what it is.
It started so well. Like I said, Queen Latifah sang the national anthem. There was fireworks. It was an amazing game. I seen so many people. I seen Tracy Morgan,
and we showed up and represented for America the way we should have. Okay, all right. That's what we did. We showed up for America because we are America's team.
Yeah, we took the L. We took the L last night. Sometimes you just got to take the L. The Cowboys boxed our mouth last night. That's what it was. I mean, we lost. I can't say nothing else.
They definitely boxed him out last night.
Jesus Christ. It was disgusting.
Drop one of the clues bombs for my Dallas Cowboys.
The first drive I'm not going to lie, the first drive felt good, and then that's it. That was my only good feeling all night. It was just bad after that.
Yeah, Big D penetrating the O-line all night long. There was nothing you could do about it. Okay?
Nope.
You know what my Dallas Cowboys going to be in February? The Super Bowl.
Oh, yo, shut up, man. Y'all won one game. One game.
It don't matter.
Jesus
It don't
Christ.
matter. This is the year. I can feel it. All right? I've been saying this every year of my life since 1996. This is the year that it absolutely, positively will come true. All right. My Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. My daddy told me last night, go ahead and order the tickets and tell Envy, shut the hell up. All right? We going to be in Vegas in February. You hear me? Yeah, Super Bowl bound.
I'm sure you'll be in Vegas. You'll
it's
be watching
going down.
Team.
February 11th, Dallas Cowboys versus whoever in the Super Bowl. Let's go.
All right. Well, Juicy J will be joining us this morning. We're going to be kicking it with Juicy J. He has a new book. We're going to talk to him about that new book. And let's get the show cracking. Front page news. Teslin Figaro will be here. She'll be talking to us about what's been happening.
You better have the NFL scores ready. Okay. You ain't skipping NFL scores this morning.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Tiz.
Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and the Breakfast Club family.
Peace, Taz.
Let me run through these scores. Now, last night in NFL, the Falcons beat the Panthers. The Browns beat the Bengals 24-3. The Jaguars beat the Colts 31-21. Buccaneers beat the Vikings. The Saints beat the Titans. 49ers beat the Steelers. Commanders beat the Cardinals. Ravens beat the Texans. The Packers beat the Bears last night. The Raiders beat the Broncos 17-16. The Eagles beat the Patriots nearly 25-20. Dolphins beat the Chargers 36-34. Rams beat the Seahawks 30-13. And tonight, the Jets take on the Bills.
And don't forget the Dallas Cowboys wiped their ass with the New York Giants last night. Final score 40-0. Made the Giants feel like they shouldn't even finish the season. Okay, I heard all season ticket holders for the Giants are turning their tickets in this morning. That's how disgusted they are.
We're not talking about though, and congratulations to Coco. She won the Women's U.S. Open, so congratulations to that sister. You were doing your thing out there, sister. It's not about the Giants; it's about you this morning. You were at the Giants game,
for Coco.
So shout out to Coco last night.
At the Giants game for no damn reason, unless she's a Cowboy fan. Okay, if she was there on behalf of the New York Giants, or there because she's a Giants fan, y'all just let her down.
Oh my goodness. Taz, where you want to start? Let's start off with today is 9/11. Let's talk about all the things that's happening today for 9/11.
Yeah, let's talk about something other than the Giants that you conveniently did not mention. But today, as you guys mentioned, it is the 22nd anniversary of September 11th, the attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, as well as the crash of United Airlines Flight 93. And the annual ceremony that takes place will take place again in the 9/11 Memorial Plaza starting at 8:30, and Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to attend.
All right. Now, you know, it's like we were talking earlier. It's so sad every time this day comes around, because so many people lost their lives. So many people have never really got closure. So, again, I just want to say salute to everybody. I know the vice president's going to be in town today. There's so many blocks and streets closing. So if you have to get to the city today, just give yourself a little extra time. Now, let's talk about...
I know the vice president's feet probably hurt, too. Because I saw her hitting her little jig, the vibrant thing.
Yeah, Hip Hop 50.
Over the weekend.
We're going to talk about that in the rumors. But now let's talk about Chris Christie. He vows to follow Trump if he skips the next GOP debates. What is that? What's happening with that?
Yeah, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie vowed that if former President Donald Trump does not participate in future Republican debates, he'll change his campaign schedule in an effort to set up his own face-off with the former president. As we know, Chris Christie is Trump's most vocal critic in the crowded field of Republican presidential hopefuls, and he's long criticized President Trump, or former President Trump, for his refusal to attend any debates. He skipped the first one. Obviously, he's not expected to show up for the second one, which is September 27th. And Chris Christie said basically he's going to follow him around, run around, and follow him. Charlamagne, I know what you're ready to say.
Yeah, Trump vows to have people follow Chris Christie with tubas and play the tuba behind him where he walks to donut shops everywhere.
Jesus.
But that'd be some good exercise, him chasing Trump. So we'll see.
What's the point of chasing Trump, though? I mean, I think at this point, if you're a Republican candidate for president, you should just focus on the issues, because Donald Trump is not. You know, Donald Trump is too busy talking about the fact he's been indicted and he's fighting his criminal charges, and he's talking about witch hunts, but he's not talking about, you know, what he wants to do for the American people this time around. So if I was running for president and I was a Republican, I would just talk on the issues. I wouldn't be following Trump at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that boring stuff, the issues, I guess. So
yeah, the things that actually matter.
Yeah, the things that matter the most to us, right? All right.
Right.
But if I was Chris Christie, I would keep reminding people, because he did this at the debate. He kept reminding people that Donald Trump was a person who wanted to suspend the Constitution just to overturn the results of an election. If you're an American, you don't want somebody in power who doesn't believe in the Constitution.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, Tez, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, call us up right now. Let us know how your weekend was. Mine was amazing. Shout out to everybody in Atlanta. I had a great time in Atlanta. Maybe your NFL team lost. Maybe your NFL team won. Whatever it may be, call us up right now. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake it up.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Al.
Hey, Al. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Charla. Good morning,
Peace, Al.
DJ MV.
Good morning, brother.
Yo, I want y'all to know I really appreciate everything that y'all been doing. It's been good. But Charla, I want to know
Yes,
if
sir.
you're ready to give yourself donkey of the day.
For what?
You was talking about Noah Lyles, saying that the world champion in track and field
Yep.
was he was talking about him talking about the NBA players calling themselves world champions, and they just got their asses smacked by Germany.
Well, you do know there was NBA
I disagree
players
with
on.
that, though, because the best players in the world play in the NBA, but they weren't playing for Team USA.
I agree, but that doesn't mean that you had to say Noah Lyles was going up against the best runners in the world.
Well, the
The
reason I
NBA
gave
players
Noah
that-
donkey of the day wasn't because of what he said, because technically he's right. The reason I gave him donkey of the day is because why step on your own moment talking down on somebody else? Like, you just won,
Okay.
gold. Like, go up there and you celebrate and you embrace your moment. Why throw shots at other people?
Point taken.
All right,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is M.
Em, what's up? Get it off your chest.
Hey, I need to give donkey of the day to a few people up there.
Okay, go ahead.
I need to give donkey of the day to you, Envy.
Mm-hmm.
I need to give it to Charla, Miss Nyla, the president of the Fat Club.
The president of the Fat Lives Matter Committee?
Yep.
Who else?
Eddie and Red, and
Damn.
also to that lady who makes the mixes. I forgot her name.
Nyla.
Taylor made it.
Oh, Taylor.
Taylor. Yeah.
Why you shooting at the squad this morning? What happened?
Because of I'm a TSA worker. God bless America. We'll never forget what they did 9/11.
Yep.
Yes.
But because of my schedule, I work in the mornings, and I always have to listen to the podcast on my way home. I could never listen to Envy's mix. I could never listen to Nyla's new songs on Friday. And I think it's all the producers up there who need to get donkey of the day for that.
Nah,
I think it's something to do with the copyright of the music.
Yeah, it ain't their fault. It's just what Charlamagne said. It's the copyright of the music. So when it's on YouTube or when it's in podcast form, they can only take our actual voices. They can't take the music. That's why you don't hear any music. You don't hear the mixes. You don't hear none of the exclusives. You don't hear nothing like that. That ain't our fault. That's copyright in YouTube. We apologize for that. We wish we could put it up there.
But that means that you have to listen live on Fridays for when Nyla does Pass the Aux.
Yeah, and you got to listen at 9 a.m. Just put the headphones in. But he's a TSA worker, so he can't have the Breakfast Club on while he's patting people down and checking people. We can't be the reason why somebody sneaks something on the plane.
Damn.
Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Chris.
Chris, what up? Get it off your chest.
Hey, man, I want to say, man, I'm proud of y'all, man. DJ Envy, Charlamagne. Charlamagne, I've been reading your book. My girl got me a book, man. I've been checking that out, and it's been real helpful for me, man. I just like what y'all got going on.
Thank you, King. Which book you got you? Black Privilege or Shook One?
Both of them. Matter of fact, she got me one for Father's Day and one for Christmas last year, man. I appreciate that, though, man. That's a good read.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Hey, I also want to get off my chest, man. My daughter's godmother, her name is Kelsey Ashley _ on Instagram. She's a stylist, up and coming stylist, man. She just did Gunna for when he was in the Barclays, his band, and did them for this weekend when he was at Barclays, and she also doing Keisha Cole for the BMAs, man. I just want to give her a shout out. I want y'all to check her out. She's up and coming. She's nice. She's dope. And just check
What's
out
her name?
Kelsey Ashley _ Kelsey Ashley _ on Instagram.
Okay. Salute to
Definitely
her.
check
She
out.
working. Salute to Chelsea Ashley _ on Instagram. You dressed Gunna this weekend, even though you can't wear them clothes nowhere except for on stage. Salute to Gunna.
Hello, who's this?
MB, Big Chalk with the toe sucker. How we feeling, y'all? So listen, two
Two things, man. God bless the people we lost on 9/11. And Envy, listen, you need to tell Charlamagne to kiss your butterscotch behind. His team got lucky last night. Giants are still the better team. And as we all remember, Charlamagne would make a great Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. You agree?
Nah, he ain't that cute.
What you should have said, Big Chocolate the Toe Sucker, was condolences to everybody we lost in 9/11 and condolences to our New York Giants who lost last night. Okay, that's what you should have said.
Yeah,
all right.
We just lost one game. We'll be back.
No. Y'all got y'all asses whipped. Like, y'all might need to go back to training camp and start over. Like, I don't think the Giants realized that the season started yesterday. I really think they thought it was a preseason game.
Yeah,
it felt like our starters were playing y'all backups.
It did feel
you know
like
what I'm saying?
It did. Hello, who's this?
I don't want to say my name.
Okay. Well, what's
but
up,
you on
mama?
the radio. Nobody can see you.
You could have made up a name, but go ahead.
No, but people be listening. But I have a question because I just recently got broken up with, right? I'm in a lesbian relationship and I went out of town not too long ago. And I have a business, so I was networking and I was speaking to a male about my business who worked at the bar that I was doing my homework at. And so I came back home. And he sent me a message. It was like, hey, how you doing? How's your family? Did y'all get back safe? And my girlfriend has a problem with it. And so she broke up with me. Like, she's like, I'm a lesbian. I don't deal with males. And I'm just like, I do business. I network with males and females. And I just want to know, like, is that wrong?
I don't think that's wrong at all. I mean, even if it was another woman, I mean, as long as y'all not flirting in his business, I don't see a problem with it. You weren't hiding it from your girl. So it's not like you were trying to be deceptive or sneaking around. No, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, but those, she probably upset. She probably upset because you talking to somebody who, got something that she could never have, which is a penis, And
I feel like that because the insecurity only comes out with males. Because I speak to females in the same way, and it's usually about my business as I do with males. But it's just with males, she always has a problem, and I'm like, it makes me feel like, okay, you're like immaturely dating. You don't know how to date. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, can Gia have friends? Does Charlamagne let his wife have?
Your circumstances are totally different. Now, I have to ask you a question. Did you get penis before you became a lesbian?
Good question. Did you like penis?
Yes.
That's
and
what
she
it
knows
is.
That.
Well, that might be the problem. She might think you going back to penis.
She don't want you to relapse.
But what does that have to do with me? That's her insecurity. Like, is that something that I'm supposed to adjust?
It is, but boy, she gonna beat you with a dildo one day. You know them lesbian relationships can get violent now. You lucky she didn't beat you up already.
But I will say this: I will say try to have a conversation and bring her in on part of the conversation. You asked if my wife has male friends. We have friends. She doesn't have friends that I don't know about. She doesn't have friends that she speaks to that I don't know. We all have friends, just like I have female friends, but my wife knows them.
But Envy's bi though. So,
I'm not bi. Shut up, man.
I'm not about to play with you.
We try to be serious. But I would give her a conversation to try to make it feel comfortable as possible. Obviously, she feels a little uncomfortable because she feels like you're going to get back to the penis. But let her know that you don't want any penis and it's all box for you.
Period. Okay. All right.
And go box him out.
Yo, shut up,
you know what I'm saying?
man.
And go box him out. Go sit on her face.
Yo, shut up. Have a good one,
real light skin for saying that, though.
What's wrong with you, man?
You heard what she said. She said you was very light-skinned for saying that. I concur.
Oh, my goodness. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. Now, when we come back, we got to talk about why the Vice President of the United States' feet might be hurting this morning. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
All right. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Kamala Harris.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on The Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right? Right.
My dad just texted me. I hope you didn't go to that game last night. Sure did, Dad. Sure did.
Oh, you didn't take your pops?
No, I didn't take it. It was too nasty last night. My dad was like, it's raining, it's nasty.
Yeah, it was too nasty, man. It was too nasty watching the Giants get their ass kicked 40-0 by my Dallas Cowboys. That was nasty. You're right. You made the right decision.
To answer your question.
That's exactly how I felt about the Giants' performance. Good.
Dad, I did go. All right. Now, we got to talk Kamala Harris. Now, her feet might be hurting today as she's hitting town today to talk about 9/11, and that's because they celebrated 50 years of hip-hop at the vice president's house. All right, now she was dancing the Vibrant thing, she was dancing to Too Short, who performed, and then she spoke about hip-hop.
Hip-hop now shapes nearly every aspect of America's popular culture, and it reflects the incredible diversity and ingenuity of the American people. Yes. It combines rhythms from the continent of Africa, from the Caribbean, from Latin America, with the sounds of soul and gospel and R&B and funk, to create something entirely new. And to be clear, hip-hop culture is America's culture. Hip-hop is a declaration of identity. Yes. It says, I love who I am. I represent where I come from. And I know where I'm going.
One thing's for sure, two things for certain. That speech was not a freestyle. Okay, that was definitely a written, and it sounded like one of her white staff writers wrote it.
Oh, shut up.
It definitely did, all right? There was a lot of mayonnaise in that speech.
Yeah, well, Common was there, D Nice, Omarion, Jeezy, Fat Joe, Remy Ma, MC Light, Roxanne, Shantae, and Too Short performed. So,
yeah, and I feel like they dropped the ball, you know what I'm saying, when they caught the vice president dancing, because it was a great fake candid moment, but I believe they caught her dancing to the wrong song. I believe those moves were meant for Too Short's Blow the Whistle, all right? But she couldn't hear that well where she was at, and she thought Vibrant Thing was Blow Your Whistle. Either that or somebody gave her the wrong cue, and she started cutting the rug to the wrong record.
Jesus. All right, now, things getting a little messy between Tink and Hitmaker. Now, Tink and Hitmaker have been dating for a while. It was supposed to be a secret, but I think everybody knew. I guess they broke up, and they were both in Mexico and just happened to be at the same restaurant.
So just understand, Hitmaker, you foul. And if you think to put the video out of me in the car, you know, just understand I'm gonna have to let the clip go. I just shouted the man out this morning, so this is absurd. And then I see you in the club and you understand what I'm saying? And I can't be anyone but myself. And I had a moment in that car where I had to get physical. And that's what the it is. You tweaking with a real bitch, like a real one. Everybody told me to let that go, and everybody told me be careful working with him. And I never seen it until now. New music is on the way. I can't even tell y'all what the album is gonna be, but I'm working every day and I'm working hard, and that's what don't understand. It's foul when I'm working hard and you out here f***ing off every weekend. You out here getting high, probably getting drunk, taking these hoes to trips. Like, bro, I like they get in their bag.
First of all, y'all know I love Tink. I've been championing Tink for a long time on this radio, but why does every emotion, every moment have to play out via social media? Nobody would have known none of that happened if Tink didn't go on social media with it.
Yeah, that is true. Well, she talks about putting hands on him, and Hitmaker talks about where it all started from.
We're going through a breakup. Never did nothing to her, any of that whole situation. So let's be clear. I'm in Cancun. I didn't talk to her, nothing. She posted whatever, happy birthday. I said, thank you very much. Never told her where I was at. We just, the way God had worked, coincidentally, we happened to be in the same place. I didn't even notice she was in the spot until I guess a song played and she went and like stood up on the table at the So I seen her as I'm walking out of the place. Her and her friends are saying like, yo, young bird, because I'm with a bunch of girls. I went and proceeded to get in my car. I got in my car. She opened the car and put her hands on me. Like, she went and said some shit and said it was a physical altercation because she know I got the footage of her putting her hands on me. Nothing happened between her. She lost her cool in this situation, and we still mad cool.
Does he really think that was a coincidence? Do any of us think that was really a coincidence?
Nope.
That they just ended up in the same restaurant? You said in Mexico?
In Mexico.
They were in
Mexico, yeah.
That don't sound like a coincidence to me. That sounds like somebody knew that there was going to be a party that they weren't invited to, so they decided to crash it. Drop on the clues bombs for Tink.
Well, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Tink and Hitmaker got into an incident in Mexico, and then the kink shaming happened.
So the women, the same nigga that y'all going to war over, he eats my ass from the rooter to the tutor. I had an altercation with Hitmaker, Young Bird, Christian, whichever name you prefer. I've been silent about our relationship. I've been silent about us. What happened last night was a combination of things building up since May. What people don't know is that the real reason that our relationship has changed is because I wanted to create Winter's Diary alone. Hitmaker is my A&R, so he oversees a lot of the things I do. I wanted to do a deal with Empire for 2 more albums. It wasn't me pushing him out my situation. I just wanted to have control over the way the music sounded. When I made that decision, Hitmaker literally washed his hands with me. Along with me making that decision, Hitmaker is upset because I would not pay him $2 million.
Where was the king shaming?
Yeah, here he was like, he ate my bunkie while you girls fighting over him.
Oh yeah. That was tink shaming. We have to, us as humans, we have to stop shaming men for dining on the derriere.
Correct.
Now, if you've been listening to your Uncle Charlotte for years, way back in the day, the reason I would encourage men to let women toss their salads is because whenever y'all break up, if she ever talk crazy about you, call you a loser, call you a bum, you can always say, yeah, but you snacked on my cheeks though, right? Now, women are shaming men because men snack on cheeks. This is how you know the tables have really turned in 2023, and women are just as toxic as men used to be. We out here seeking healing, and trying to be the best versions of ourselves, and they out here shaming us, just because we want to snack on some cheeks. My brothers and sisters, this is a prime example, but I'm really talking to the brothers right now. This is a prime example of why you should only eat the bunkie of somebody you married.
Yes.
Okay, if they don't commit with a ring on the finger, then you don't commit by putting the tongue on the ring of her brown eye.
There you go. And that is your rumor report. I hate this place. All right. Well, when we come back, we got front page news with Tesla and Figaro, and Juicy J will be joining us, so don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. All right, it's time for some front page news. Good morning, Tiz.
Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Breakfast Club family.
I'm just going to go through these scores right fast. The Falcons beat the Panthers. The Browns beat the Bengals. The Jaguars beat the Colts. Buccaneers beat the Vikings. The Saints beat the Titans. 49ers beat the Steelers yesterday. Commanders beat the Cardinals. The Ravens beat the Texans. The Packers beat the Bears. Raiders beat the Broncos. Eagles beat the Patriots. Dolphins beat the Chargers. The Rams beat the Seahawks. Cowboys beat the Giants. And tonight, the Jets take on the Bills. All right? And we got to congratulate...
And don't forget that the Dallas Cowboys gave out complimentary 40s to the New York Giants last night. So nice of them because, people don't really drink 40s like that anymore. So they bought St. Ides. They bought Old English. They bought Colt 45. They bought Schlitz Malt Liquor, the Blue Bull. They bought Mickey's. They bought King Cobra. They bought 211. Okay, they bought Hurricane. They bought 40s for the whole Giants team. And I thought that was very, 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 very respectable of them to do. Salute to my Dallas Cowboys for being America's team always.
Whatever. And we got to congratulate Coco, who won the Women's U.S. Open. Congratulations. She killed it like last night. She actually was at the Giants game. Queen Latifah sang the national anthem. So salute to Queen Latifah and Coco, two beautiful black queens.
Two beautiful black queens that were in attendance to watch the Dallas Cowboys wipe their ass with the New York Giants, man. Drop on the clues. Bombs for the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? We were so inspired by having Coco in attendance. So inspired by Queen Latifah singing the national anthem. It was the next day. Today is the 22-year anniversary of 9/11. So my Dallas Cowboys, who are America's team, had to show up for America in that moment. How couldn't we?
Oh, boy. All right. Well, Tez, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about this rapper arrested after police say he confessed to his murder in his song.
Yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about this. A Las Vegas rapper, 25-year-old Kajan McDaniel, who was previously considered to be a person of interest in a 2021 killing, has been arrested after police say he confessed to the murder in the lyrics of one of his songs. And he currently faces a charge of murder with a deadly weapon in the death of Randall Wallace, who was fatally shot on September 18, 2021. He was named a person of interest because of his connection to a vehicle that matched the description. But when he did a music video, that is where they made the connection to say that, he's possibly certainly a person of interest. Now, the arrest warrant included a few lyrics of his song. Now, they haven't showed all of the lyrics, but they said that there was one that he was talking about the victim's body twitching. They said that the evidence did show that the victim's body was twitching. There were also lyrics about where the car was parked and details that correlated with the murder. But the thing most of all that really got him was the video featured him reenacting some of the murder in a way that is consistent with the evidence at the scene.
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about this a million times. He deserves it. He earned it. And you can't be mad at them for using these lyrics in court, because if you're stupid enough to confess to a crime via a record that you are doing, you deserve, you deserve to have those lyrics used against you. Period.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you're stupid enough to put it in a song, they should be smart enough to take your ass away.
Absolutely. And I mean, what we don't want is for them to be committing crimes in the first place.
Correct.
But please, if you're going to commit the crime, damn sure don't go in the booth and rap about it. And I blame every rapper that came before this guy. All of these guys who've gotten in the booth and celebrated the drug culture, celebrated the gang culture, made dollars off of violence, but they were lying. They made all of these brothers in the street feel like, if they're really out here committing these crimes, they can rap about them, because the people before them was getting on records lying about the crimes they committed. So they was like, okay, well, I guess we're really doing it. I guess it's okay to confess to these crimes via music. And now look where his ass at. Jesus.
And it speaks to something you talk about all the time, performing on social media. The need to express every single thing, and so wanting to do a video that's literally again, the crime was wrong, shouldn't have been done at the beginning, but it just goes into, again, the social media thing, which brings my next story up, is trauma is trendy. Therapists say that Gen X embraces sharing their pain on TikTok. An expert in treating stress and emotional damage says that sharing trauma with the entire world has become trendy on social media, mainly because Gen Z is the first generation not to feel ashamed of it. Trauma experts say that there's an uptick on social media, people talking about their past trauma, and now it is a trend among young adults, but I would say it's a trend all the way across the board, all ages. And the uptick of young people have symptoms of ADHD, OCD, and autism may be a result of recognizing unresolved trauma. Really good report on that, showing why people feel they have to, express the trauma on social media.
Well, it's a cry for help, right? If you're sitting at home and you're dealing with some type of anxiety and you're dealing with, some type of depression, if you get online and express it, then you'll find other people who are going through the same thing that you're going through. So now you feel like you got a village, and I think that gives you some sort of strength. So, what we need to continue to make trendy is healing. What we need to continue to make trendy is people going to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we got to continue to make trendy.
But is that the help that you want? Because once you go online, like you said, there are some people that understand what you're going through, but I'm sure there's a zillion more people that will just take shots at you and make it worse. Right. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm fearful of, because people don't understand. They think everything is funny, and if somebody's out there pouring their hearts out, people will make fun of it first, and people are doing that usually because they need help, and sometimes I feel like social media ain't the place to get help.
I agree with that too, but that's why parents and that's why adults, all of us got to continue to tell our stories, because if you continue to tell your story, you help to eradicate the stigma around mental health. And maybe some of those people, before they run to TikTok or before they run to social media, they'll run to you and ask you what you did in order to get a handle on your anxiety or your depression or whatever it is that you may be going through. And that is exactly why, great segue, I do my Mental Wealth Expo every year to honor World Mental Health Day. We're doing it again this year. The third annual Mental Wealth Expo is October 7th, Saturday, October 7th at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is a free event. I bring together some of the best psychiatrists and therapists and mental health experts and mental health advocates, and it's just a day of mental health education and healing, and it's a free event, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Just go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more information.
All right. Well, that is your front page news. Thank you, Teslin.
Absolutely.
And make sure you subscribe to Teslin Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast, on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, and follow at Teslin Figaro on all social media platforms.
All right. Now, when we come back, Juicy J will be joining us. He has a new book out, and we're going to kick it with Juicy J when we come back. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The living legend himself.
Shut the f*** up, Juicy J.
Yo, what's good, man? Thank you.
Juice has an amazing book out right now called Chronicles of the Juice Man, a memoir. I'm going to be honest with you. I got this book a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I didn't even know Juicy J had a book coming out.
Yeah.
And from the prologue, it's exciting.
Thank you, man.
So many questions about the book, but I never knew first things first, that they had flavored cocaine.
Yeah, hey,
watermelon, cotton candy.
Is that where you want to jump in? Not why you wrote the book? Let's find out why you wrote the book before we get watermelon flavored cocaine.
With flavored cocaine. I didn't know they had that.
Hey, it was crazy when I seen it. I was just like y'all. I was like, what the f***? How y'all put the flavors in there?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try it, but you know what I'm saying.
And you never tried cocaine.
No.
Contrary to popular belief.
No.
You never tried cocaine, but you talk about why in the book. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, I was when I was like a kid, I was watching TV and I seen this basketball player named Len Bias.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Oh, Len Bias, he died on cocaine." And I was like looking at TV like cocaine. I didn't know what it was. I was like, cocaine. I was like, I ain't never doing cocaine. Like when I seen that, that stuck in my head. I said, I just felt like if I did it, I'd die. And then like soon as right after that, I think I could have been. I don't know, I could have been 13, 14, and the older I got, I started getting approached in Memphis. Like, I would see people in the street, they'd be like, "Hey man, want some coke? Hey, you want this, want that?" And I was like, first thing came to my mind, like, that's that stuff that Len Bias took. I said, hell no, man, I ain't taking that shit.
No matter what flavor it come in.
Yeah.
And you always seem to have like a sense of self-awareness about yourself that other people around you didn't seem to have. How has that self-awareness helped or hurt you in life?
I don't really think it hurt me. I mean, I think it kept me to survive. I survived off that. I would have. It's weird. I would have these two voices in my head. I have one voice be like, "Hey, do this, do that, smash that without the rubber, whatever." Then I have another voice be like, "Man, don't." You know what I'm saying? You know what happened to Easy? I'm like, I had these voices in my head telling me, like, one is telling me to go, one is telling me, "Nah, you might don't want to do that because this girl might be this, you might get her pregnant, then and child support and all. It's just all kind of crazy. Even just whatever, not just saying just with females, just with in the street stuff. It's times I talk about it in the book. I had the strap about to blow somebody's ass off, and then like 1 minute something's telling me to go, then something's like, "Nah, man, you might don't want to do that because this person, he might snitch on you. Or can you trust this you with?" You know what I'm saying? So,
what got you out of that?
I got the hell out of LA and I moved back to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like immediately, I sold my house. I was like, I'm gonna get the out of here. Everybody like, "You leaving, man?" I'm gone, bro. Like if I stay here, I'm gonna kill myself because I was doing so much drugs and Vicodin and Adderall, all kind of, bro. I had a medicine cabinet full of shit. Like you could have came, I could have prescribed you something, bro. Because I had so many people, doctors, like I always get my straight from the doctors, you know what I'm saying? So I had these, I call them wacky doctors, you know what I'm saying? They would give me all kind of saying, whatever I want to give me $100, $200, they'd be like, "All right, what you want?"
The funniest part of that story, I mean, there's always humor in everything, right?
Yeah.
You talk about how you told your girlfriend at the time to come pick you up.
Yeah.
Because you might kill yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's like 2 sentences later. So I broke up with that girl and I moved back to Memphis. I'm like, what? Yeah. She came to your age.
yeah, for real. She did, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. Thank you, you know what I'm saying? But I was to the point where I needed to get out. So, I had a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. I was just pressured about I was stuck, you know what I mean? Like I'm so used to making great music with the group and everything was moving forward and everything was falling apart. So I was like, I was really depressed, bro. I was drinking, crying. It was just like, I was just hurt, man. You know what I'm saying?
And people wouldn't think that because you was having the most success. Y'all had just won the Oscar. You had the MTV show.
Yeah.
Nobody would think you was depressed.
Yeah, people when they would see me drinking, but I was drinking to escape. You know what I'm saying? I was really trying to get away from the pain I had that was going on with me. You know what I'm saying? Even y'all probably seen me during that time, or just around because we was partying. I mean, I was running to everybody. Yeah, I was smiling and drinking, but like deep down, I was not feeling too good, man.
And I refuse to believe, man, that you ever wore 2 rubbers. I don't know why people be telling that lie. It's impossible.
I did.
You can't put on 2 rubbers, man.
Yes, you can. Yes, I did.
I don't believe you.
I did.
I don't believe you.
I had a situation, you know what I'm saying? I was with this chick, and then I got, sizzled, and then I wrote this song called "Don't Be Scared" with the rubber on the hair.
Yeah.
For rubber, safe sex. But it was a hit in the hood.
Yeah.
Just walking around in the club. Well, I can't say club because I wasn't really going in the clubs like that, but I would see in the street and people be like playing it in their cars. "Don't be scared, put a rubber on the head." It was just a chant.
So you would never even scared to talk about the STDs in this book either?
No. You know what I mean? It's real. A lot of motherfuckers out here didn't get burnt before. Charlamagne. DJ, you know what I'm saying?
Never had STD.
No, me neither.
Never in my life. Promise to God, never had STD in my life.
Hey, man, that's you.
Grace of God.
Now, I ain't judging though. You said you moved back to Memphis, right?
Yeah.
What did Memphis mean to you? Recently I did a car show in Memphis, and I see how much Memphis supports Memphis.
Yeah.
So talk about why you left Memphis and then why you thought you had to come back.
Yeah, I had to come back to get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't grounded. I had been in LA too long, you know what I'm saying? It took me over. My music would sound different. I was moving different. I was doing a lot of crazy drugs. And so I went straight back to Memphis, and I just went back to the hood, chilled, and, you know, I got my vibes back. I understood what, you know, my grounds were, my roots, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, all right, well, cool. I can go anywhere in the world and I'll never lose my sound again. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know you and Project Pat was actually brothers, and I didn't know Paul was Lord Infamous's uncle.
Yeah.
Does it make it harder or easier working with family?
No, it's cool. It's everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I work with my family, man, because my brother is one of the persons that brought me out of this. You know what I'm saying? I was in LA. He would come in there. I'd be laid out on some lean. He'd be like, what y'all doing? Y'all ain't hot no more. He would tell me that. You know, I'd be like, what you say? You heard what I said. Y'all ain't hot. I'm in the clubs. You out here in LA hot. You know what I'm saying? They ain't playing no 3 6 Mafia in the clubs no more. Done. Dang. It's new out here, man. He said, man, y'all beats don't even sound the same, man. Y'all ain't got no, y'all ain't get, so you got to put that hand bass in y'all beats. Man, listen this bass, and listen y'all bass. You know, he playing, I think he was playing some drummer boy stuff. You listen to this bass, listen to y'all bass ain't. And I was like, you're right.
I was gonna ask you, you know, there was one time they used to say that the music that you guys put out was demonic, and that was like the thing. How bad did that affect y'all?
Man, the music, to me, the music, I mean, I'm a church man, so I looked at this like, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, worship no devil or touching a Ouija board or whatever y'all think it is. No, I just looked at it like, hey man, it is what it is, but I felt like we had to clean the name up, so we changed the name to 3 6 Mafia. Because I felt like because everybody was scared. The record label was like, I don't know, man, I don't know. I mean, we might want to sign, we might don't. So it was, you know, whatever, man, we changed the name up and then things started coming together, you know. You
even say in the book how, you know, that the 3 6 Mafia thing, the devil worshiper thing was kind of a gimmick.
That's what I felt. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see nobody worship the devil, so I just looked at it like a gimmick. You know, I didn't look at it like it was really worshiping the devil. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like Memphis was a dark city, so it was a dark time. So, you know, 666 Mafia was perfect for that at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because Memphis is still dark, but it was like it's crazier now than back then. But you know, that's what I'm saying. I was coming from that, so it was cool. But then like later on, we started making, you know, more music and, you know, a couple more. I don't think we brought this album out called The End. We had changed everything. It went from 666 to 3 6, and it was better. You know, our sound we stepped our game up on the sound. We had a couple of records on there that was a little bit more radio friendly. Nobody want to play our shit on the radio, so we had a couple of records on there radio friendly. So yeah, man, you know, it's just about growth, you know.
Well, the formula to me was Memphis.
It was Memphis,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I love about the book too, how you detail Memphis's music history.
Yeah. Well, everything our sound, everything came from the city. You know what I'm saying? But it's the way we made our beats. We had like a certain kind of formula we made our beats. Like, you know, some people make their beats a certain way. Some people make, you know what I'm saying? We had our way we made our beats, because everybody like, how y'all make y'all bass sound like this? How y'all make y'all kick sound like this? How y'all make y'all, you know what I'm saying, snare sound like that? So we was very, we made our own, we created our own snares. We created our own kicks. See what I'm saying? We didn't get our kick from somebody else. We created it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Juicy J. Now, you talk about the drug use in the book, and, you know, you just mentioned it now. What got you to slow down on the drug use? Was it the birth of your kids? Was it Mom Dukes? Was it not in the zone? What got you out of that?
God called that time out.
Yeah, it was getting crazy. I remember I was at a show in Atlanta, and I was coming from Atlanta. I was doing a lot of Xanax. I was drinking at Bombay. Man, I was just like really up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like slumped over in the car, and my bodyguard was like, hit me like this. Hey man, take it. He just whispered in my ear, take it easy on the drugs, man. You looking bad, man. You know, and I was on the ride home, I just had tears in my eyes. I was just thinking about 3 6 Mafia and how could we get this group back together and we could figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that was just one incident. And then I did a show in New York, and I had left my Xanax in the room. And boy, see, I didn't know the power of Xanax. You got to take them junks every day. If you like miss a couple of days, man, you start getting these crazy body aches. I'm talking like this shit, just like, man, I was like scratching, I was like tweaking, I was like, man, I said, I don't feel right. I was telling Ray, I was like, man, I don't feel good, man. I didn't take my Xans and shit. I left him in the room, and then we did the show, and I was sweating on stage, and man, it was just like crucial. So then I remember we went to Atlanta, kind of moving forward, because we were flying all over the place. Like when we went to Atlanta, because when I got back to the room, I took the Xans, so I was cool. I was like, whew. So then we went to Atlanta, and I made a mistake, left the Xans in the room again, and we had to do the show. And I just, man, at that day, man, I was really feeling really down, bro. I was like, just like slumped over, and I was like, man, I'm not feeling good, man. And I was outside the club, and I was telling Mike Will, I was like, man, I left my Xans in the room, hotel room. He said, oh man, I know you going through it. And after that, I was like, man, I can't do this shit no more. And my manager, my cousin, took me to a doctor, and the doctor told me how to get off the Xanax.
Well, you had a lot of people close to you that didn't get the opportunity to, shake it like you did.
No.
You think of the Mack Millers and the Gangsta Boos, God bless the dead. You think there was a point you wish you could have, like, I don't know, intervened with them, or you couldn't help them because you couldn't even help yourself at the time?
Well, back in the day when 3 6 Mike we first started, I wasn't really doing a lot of drugs like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I might sip a little lean here, smoke a little taste of weed there. I was a heavy drinker, but I didn't do drugs like they did drugs. They was really going hard with the cocaine, and Lord was on a little heroin here and there. You know what I'm saying? It was very, very, very serious. So my situation was I was trying to get everybody off. Not so much I was trying to get everybody off of the. I really didn't give a about the syrup and the pills, because I feel like that really wasn't the problem. The problem I saw was the cocaine, because when they do cocaine, when they come off those withdrawals, they go crazy. You know what I'm saying? It makes you mad, makes you like you a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Who hit that cocaine, boy, they would tear up. All them go in the club.
Tear the club up for real.
You know what I'm saying? They would throw, I seen Paul throw a chair about shoot a strap, you know what I'm saying? Like, mother go crazy, you know what I'm saying? Was just turned up like that. And I was only, like half sober. I mean, half sober. Like, I might have had a couple of drinks or something, but I'm still sane. So I'm like holding Paul back, Lord, Coop, you know what I'm saying? Coop was crazy as hell, man. I ain't gonna rest in peace, but he would do anything. Like, Coop's was just like, if you just say, man, let's just blow up a building, he'd be like all for it. He was crazy like that, And Crunchy Black, same way. Crunchy Black was every week he was going to jail. He was fight, shootouts, all kind of you know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to, I was the main dude just trying to hold, everybody back from doing that. I call it the white devil, you know what I'm saying? Because it was really up, and it was destroying the group, you know what I'm saying? And then, things advanced. We won the Oscar, and then that was it. We went Hollywood. And
how difficult was it to talk back to the members during that time when everybody went their own ways and everybody was having their own success? How difficult was it to say, you know what, let's put the group in front of everything else?
It was very difficult, man, because they didn't listen to me. They used to laugh at me. If I was.
Who was the most difficult to talk to?
Lord infamous, man. Rest in peace. He was a cold motherfucker, man. Like, he was the man. It was hard to deal with. I remember we was in the car. We got pulled over, right? They didn't find nothing in the car. And then I looked into his pocket. I said, man, you better be glad they didn't check your pocket, because his pocket, this nigga had some Xanax. He had a lot of shit in his pocket. He had like a little button down, had like the side pocket. His side pocket, he had so much. He's like, oh, I forgot all about that. I forgot to hide that. I was like, oh. After that day, that was the day I said, I can't ride with you. I went and got my own transportation. I went and got this van. We used to ride in like the same vans. Me and Paul used to drive the vans, and then we started hiring drivers. But that day, when he said he forgot to hide that drug, the heroin and the coke and whatever else he had in that little side pocket, I was like, this. But it was difficult with Lord Infamous, man.
When you was writing the dedications, because I feel like the dedications are everybody that you lost, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
When you write that, how did that feel? Just to have to write that dedication?
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's crazy, bro. Like, I shed a tear every other day, man, thinking about that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a great, painful journey. You know what I mean? Great, painful journey.
Your mother, Lord Infamous, Coopster, Gangsta Boo, Clinton, Creep, Brady, and Cardi, K-Rock, Burns.
Yeah.
Man.
I always want to ask, when I hear stories about drug use like that, like, do you remember who introduced you to it, right? Because as a kid or growing up, I remember who introduced me to my favorite car, my favorite sports team, my favorite rapper, my favorite musician. Do you remember the time that somebody introduced you to that drug? And what made you say, you know what, I'm going to try it?
Trying to think the Xanax, who introduced me. I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, Lord and Crunchy, they did a lot of Xanax and stuff. So, it was around already. And we was flying a lot. And I was talking to this doctor I met in Hollywood. I was like, man, I'm flying and probably need something to calm myself down or something. He's like, oh, I got something for you. And he just gave me the Xanax, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of went from a little conversation. I was like, okay, I know, Crunchy them takes Xanax, you know what I'm saying? So it
went from there.
You know what I'm saying? I never really seen them go crazy, like off the chain on some pills. Or even some lean, you know what I'm saying? They was kind of sleepy or kind of, slum or whatever, but it never was like the cocaine. I wouldn't do no, because I felt like the cocaine was more like the rage drug. So I was like, I ain't never had to tell these to slow down on the lean or stuff like that. So I guess this might be cool to, pop a Xanax or something. And then it gradually, definitely makes you feel good. It gradually just kind of slowly but surely took me over, you know what I'm saying? And then the lean, I already knew about lean. I mean, I had sipped lean before, so, I had the hook on the act. I had so much act, man. I was the act man. I was the act man. I still got some.
Act?
Yes.
What is act?
Activist.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, did they discontinued it or something?
Yeah, they banned it. I still got some. I
have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What is that?
Activist.
What's that? You said the full name?
Yeah.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
Now you
try it.
I love in the book. No, don't try it. I love how in the book you pay homage to Memphis music, but you talk a lot about Stax Records.
Yes.
Talk about how you were influenced by the story of Stax Records.
Al Bell, Jim Stewart. You know what I'm saying? He had a sister too that was involved in Stax. I can't remember her name, but her last name was Stewart too. Man, I was just influenced by that, man. You know what I'm saying? Isaac Hayes, Rufus Thomas, man, you name them, man. They had the Temprees. And it was the biggest record label in the South.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when I was coming up, you know, it was over with, but they had tore down the building. I remember it was in the news, in the newspaper. They tore down the Stax building. I was like, why the f*** would they do that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was some racist shit. I was like, man, these folks don't want to have shit out here, man. They just tore the building down. Like, that's a historic place. And they tore it down and then eventually built it back up. But I was like, man, we're gonna be like Stax, man. I'm going to follow in the footsteps of Al Bell. Al Bell was like, he was running Stax, a black dude. And I got the book. I read that book like back and forth because I was so interested how this from, you know, he was from DC. Al Bell was from DC, and he moved to Memphis and he started running Stax. So I was just so interested, like, how this man, you know, run a whole record label. So I was just reading about what he did, and I talk about it in my book. Everything that he did, I did a lot of stuff, you know, in my life, in my career, to follow in his footsteps, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the big influence that I had.
All right, well, don't move. We got more with Juicy J when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Juicy J. Charlamagne?
I don't want to give too much away from the book, but like when I read about your granddad did he have, what was it, 2 families that all had the same names?
Yes, yeah. He had one family in Memphis, and I think the other one was like in Mississippi, and so he had named them the same names. So he couldn't.
That's wild.
Yeah, so he couldn't. He remember the names. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom's name was Shirley, so he named his other daughter he had somewhere else Shirley, so he could remember the names. Like going back to mental health, you know, my mom, you know what I'm saying, for her to come from that kind of situation, you know, I could tell, you know, she had been damaged by that. You know what I'm saying? I could tell through her movements and things she did, she was upset about that. You know, she's, like I said, man, mental health starts with in the beginning of your life, and then it can affect you later. It does affect you later on in your life.
What got you on your healing journey?
You know, talking with my therapist. My therapist, first thing he told me, he said, "Man, let's start with the beginning." You know what I'm saying? How were you raised? Where'd you, how's your mom? And then that would put me. I was like, oh, okay, that's why I'm like I am today, because I went through this, and you know what I'm saying? Okay. Then I started realizing. He helped me realize my issues I had, like my paranoia, my always looking over my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? I might overdo it. I might have more guns on me than the average gun I'm supposed to have. You know, maybe it's like, hey man, you probably going to a small function, bring 1 gun. I might have 2, 3. I mean, just bring 1 security. I might have 4. You know what I'm saying? Coming up in Memphis, it's like, man, it was crazy out there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, just talking about robbing me, doing this and doing that. So I'm like, I'm gonna be on point. Pull up, I'm gonna shoot him in the face. You know, that's just how I was. You had to, coming up in Memphis, you gotta be like that. They make you like that. Even you try to be like, I'm gonna be cool, I ain't gonna do nothing. Man, stole my bike. You know what I'm saying? Shot my car one day. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Okay, I'm a mask up on your mask.
You just had a bunch of unhealed trauma you needed to unpack.
There you go.
Word.
So I'm like just right here. So then even when I come to LA, I go anywhere. I'm on the same type of time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never like, oh, I'm just chilling. I'm in a different city, so I can just chill. Hell no. We got more guns. We got vests. I used to sleep with a bulletproof vest on in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? When I was in my house, it was just so bad like that. I would sleep with the vest on. Then I would try to train myself to wake up to grab the gun at a certain time. I hear a noise in the house. I'm jumping up with the strap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Police told you to get a better gun one time, though.
Yeah. I got pulled over. He seen my gun. I had this little 38. He said, man, this piece of shit. The bullets out and threw the gun back at me.
Damn.
Said, man, get you a better gun, man. And they drove off.
Damn. How would you define Memphis now versus when you were growing up?
It's worse than now.
Really?
It's so bad now. Man, they jacking every day, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, it was bad then, but now it's like they didn't boost it up.
I feel like, and we always say that things are worse now. The thing I think is missing is there's no, like, it's just crazy to sound, there's no spiritual foundation. Like, these kids ain't got no morals, no values, like no respect.
No.
Like, there was a respect there was an honor among thieves and crooks back. I know that sounds crazy when you think about it, but it was.
Yeah, it was a real street code back then. It was. You're right. It was honor. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, we're doing this, we're doing that, but we're not doing. We're not no kids involved, stuff like that in street business. But now it's like, what I'm saying, anything goes. To the door, anybody with them, kill them all. They just think like that. People think like that now. That's why, man. Like, when I'm done with this rap shit, man. When the older, when I get close to 60, pushing 70, I'm running for office or something down there in Memphis, man. I want to change the city. I want to give people better jobs because they don't have job opportunities down there, man. They like the hope is down there. It's like there's no hope, so people are just going crazy down there. You know what I'm saying? I think if they had better jobs and opportunities down in Memphis, and definitely some, somebody talking to these, you know what I'm saying, and talking about mental health and talking about situations in life and how can we try to fix this. I think things could be better.
They need more things to do.
Yes.
Like anything comes to the city, like I said, when I did the car show out there, it was so many families, and even the police and the sheriff, they were happy. They was like, we need more events like this for kids to get them out the streets. Let them come in there and see things and be inspired. And I was like, a lot of cities need stuff like that. And the amount of people that came out in Memphis, it was just amazing. But then when it was time to do an after party, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to come do an after party. I heard 3 people got shot last night. You know what I mean? So it was that type of thing as well,
Yeah, it's bad, man. Yep, I feel you. I know y'all had like hella police with y'all workers.
And I was going to ask,
busy out there.
When you talk about somebody setting you up, how do you trust people again after you say somebody on your team set you up? Like, how do you develop that trust again? Because that got to be
develop the trust. I mean,
like other people on your team, because you always got to be looking over your shoulder. You always got to be scared,
Man, you just I just say, man.
Or do you not trust anybody anymore?
I really pretty much don't. You know what I'm saying? I trust the folks I'm with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look. At the end of the day, 3 6 Mafia. I trusted a lot of people in 3 6 Mafia. But it was like a lot of outside that was coming in. And I didn't trust. You know what I'm saying? And the group didn't trust, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like situations like that. But as far as before 3 6, I mean, like, not even talking about 3 6 Mafia, me just coming up in North Memphis. No, I couldn't trust nobody, man. Nah. I had this chick set me up. I was at this chick crib one day, and I slept, like, when I woke up, I was like, damn, I never slept that long. You know what I'm saying? I woke up, all my money in my pockets was gone.
Damn.
My car was on flat. All 4 tires was on flat.
See, you should have said no to ratchet.
Right?
That would have been the end of ratchet for me, Juicy.
I mean, I just had to.
Are you at the point now where you can say no to ratchet?
I mean, I'm married now, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so that's done. But after that, I started getting hotel rooms because I didn't get hotel rooms at first. I was just like, at a chick's house or whatever. I might have a strap or something, so I'm thinking I'm good. Nah, I wasn't good. After that, I started getting hotel rooms. Like I would pull up and get like, they have these hotels in Memphis. You can pull up like a drive-through, get like 2-3 hours, smash, and then dash.
The book, you got to get the book, man.
Yeah, it's all in the book.
I want to say on Good Morning America, they wouldn't let you wear the straight jacket and the Hannibal Lecter mask, right?
No, it was a little scary. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. They good, man. I had a great time over there, man. They good people. I understood. I brought extra outfits too.
So what they do? They just came to you and said, "Hey, man." Did you tell them what it was for? Did you say, "I'm trying to raise"?
We had
awareness to mental health.
We had that in place, but they weren't really trying to hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Damn. Are you executive producing Megan Thee Stallion's new album?
No, I wish I was. But I'm executive producing Ty Dolla $ign's album.
And then
Ty Dolla $ign's album, and then I'm producing a lot of stuff for Megan. I'm doing a lot of production for it. Yeah.
I heard y'all got a lot of records together.
Man, we got a lot of hard ass.
So I personally, when I heard that, I'm like, damn, Juicy J, EP, and Megan Thee Stallion, that sound hard.
No, that's Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign album is real. It sound like a 92, 2000s, mid 2000s 3 6 Mafia album. It's hard.
Really?
He's singing on this.
Is that what he wanted? He wanted that vibe?
Yeah. He asked me to executive produce the project.
What's Meg's vibe like? Because that's it's a big album for her. After everything she went through, it's a big project.
Big project. I can't tell you that, but it's hard. Hard in the she energized, man. She going in. She killing everything.
All right. Well, the book is out right now.
Yeah.
Oh, one more question. What does Psalm 107:1 mean to you? Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for He is good, for His mercy endureth forever.
This is something I chose. Every album I always put a Bible scripture on my albums. I don't know if you ever noticed that. So I felt like this right here. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. He is good, for His mercy endureth forever. Like His mercy, everything. He has mercy on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, you can change your life around. He gonna forgive you of all your sins and your wrongdoing. So this is very inspirational for me. I feel like this is a part of my life right now. You know what I'm saying? Trusting in the Lord, man, because He forgives you, and you can always start over and be a new person. You know what I'm saying? You can go from bad to good. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. Juicy J talking about spirituality,
That's
God,
right.
mental health.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's right.
Come on, man.
Pick up the book right
Don't tell
now,
us black
Juicy
men
J.
ain't evolving out here.
Chronicles of the Juice Man.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate you for
Go get
joining
it right
us.
now. Salute to Soren Baker, too. Soren, you did a phenomenal job. I
Yep.
don't know you, but you did a phenomenal job.
Yep.
Juicy.
Great job. Yep.
All
Shout
right.
out to 3-6 Mafia, DJ Paul, Crunchy Black, rest in peace, Lord Infamous, rest in peace, Gangsta Boo, and Coops.
You still dealing with that? Do you ever get over that? Or
Get over the passing of them?
Yeah.
Never. I think about all of them all the time, man. I cry here and there, you know, real shit. Like, told me up, man. It's still crazy.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. It's Juicy J.
Yes, sir. Shut up.
Hold up. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk why Boosie Badass said he's never going back to Waffle House.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Yes. Now, Boosie Badass said he is never going back to Waffle House. That's because he went there the other day, and he brought his own potatoes.
Last week I got into it with the cook at Waffle House. He tried me. Like I leave anywhere I go, I leave $100 tip or more. So I asked him. I brought a potato from my house. I say, make me some breakfast potatoes. All he had to do is chop it up and make me some breakfast potatoes. He say he couldn't do it. I say, you can't do what? It's a bet. I won't be back. You get paid $2 an hour. I leave $100 tip every time. I brought a potato from my house. He didn't want to make me breakfast potatoes. I say, I'm done with you. You ungrateful. Ungrateful. Then look, I tip the chefs in the back who cook. Every time I'm there, I tip them $40. Whatever meal I do. He could have chopped that damn potato up. So now I'm eating the IHOP for a minute.
Boosie not serious, right? He was clearly joking, right?
I hope not. I hope he wasn't serious. I mean, you can't bring outside food into a restaurant. They don't know where that food's been. They don't know if it's contaminated. They don't know anything about where that food is coming from.
Yeah, and furthermore, restaurants are not personal chefs. Like, they're businesses that create a menu. They train their staff to cook that menu, and they buy the ingredients daily to make that menu. Like, yeah, they're not cooking your outside potatoes, man. Come on, man. Boosie got to be playing. He know he was joking.
I hope he was joking. Now, Lotto and Coi Leray are back beefing. Now, this is because Lotto, she did the remix to the Peaches and Eggplants joint. You heard it yet? Well, here's a snippet of it.
He got to go. Give me that net like Benzino. Give me that net like where it go. What thumb in my book? Sound like this from the bed right here.
Did you hear the line?
Yes.
Give me that neck like Benzino.
I don't need you repeating that.
Okay,
bro.
all right.
Like as a man,
I'm just telling you.
You should just nod your head to certain female lyrics and be like, "Oh, that was dope. That was cool."
I gotta bring it.
You repeated that because you wanted to repeat it.
No,
you wanted to repeat it.
Nope.
Yes, you did.
I'm just explaining to the people.
Listen, Giants fans suck. We know this, so I understand why you wanted to repeat that line.
Now, Coi Leray shared a message with her dad, Benzino. And her dad said, she admires you. They all do. Just stay focused. I got the most famous neck on earth. And
Well, that's interesting, right? Because I don't feel like Lotto was throwing a shot at Coi Leray at all. I just feel like, Benzino is Benzino. He's a public figure. He's got his own legacy. So yeah, he would end up in a rap just because, not because of any beef between Lotto and Coi Leray. That was just a slick line to me.
Yeah, well, Coi Leray said, I love how these little stupid situations bring us together. Ha ha ha, on a positive note. Hope you're having a good day. I love you. And here is Lotto actually breaking down the line.
Let me break it down for the people that's not fast. I said, give me that net like Benzino. That mean if I say give me that mean it's took, right? That mean it's gone, right? I seen some people talking about, but he don't got no neck. That don't make sense. Keep up.
Yeah, so she broke that line.
That's how I took it. It was just a slick rap line.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Now, in OG beef, Lionel Richie, he calls out Diana Ross because he's saying Diana Ross never sang him happy birthday like he's saying to Beyonce.
37 years, Diana said no. What made you think tonight she was going to show up? She ain't coming. She's over there singing happy birthday to Beyonce. Piss me off.
Said, piss me off.
Well, what Lionel wanted was for Diana Ross to come on stage and sing Endless Love with him. They've only done it one time. What award show was that they did it at back in the day? I forgot. Was it the Oscars? Maybe it was the Oscars.
One of those award shows.
No, I remember because it was off a soundtrack. Might have been the Oscars, but yeah, they performed that song back in the 1900s.
Leave it up a little bit. All right, well, that is your rumor report. Now, Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
Man, you know what? This is a good song to play. Since the Giants fans suck, I need y'all to come to the front of the congregation. We like the whole the New York Giants football team. We'd like for them to come to the front of the congregation.
What they do?
Not a damn thing. That's what they did. Not a damn thing. Okay? And they need to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with them this morning, okay?
All right. When we come back, donkey today. I don't know why the Giants are getting donkey today. Every dog has his day. Sometimes you just don't play a good game. Sometimes you just off. Sometimes, turn this off, man. I feel like I'm flirting with him. I'm looking at him and I'm saying this stuff to him.
That's what it sounds like. That's why I'm ignoring you. You see, I ain't even looking at the screen. I'm not even looking at the screen. Endless love playing and this man complaining to me about being off.
Oh, my God.
All right, and having a bad day. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Go talk to your wife.
All right, Donkey Today's up next is The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Donkey up to today. Made it.
Damn, the hee-haw again.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I ain't trying to be Donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard. Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Well, just hilarious. Donkey of the Day for Monday, September 11th goes to the New York Football Giants as a staff, organization, and mother effing crew. New York Giants fans, you getting some of this hee-haw too. Okay, I have no idea why they are known as the Football Giants, especially after what my Dallas Cowboys did to them last night. You would think on the eve of the 22nd anniversary of 9/11, the New York Giants would have some type of inspiration, some type of motivation to show up and be the best version of themselves. But instead, they ended up being the only team in the whole NFL who couldn't put up a single point on Sunday. I don't even know if that stat is correct, but it feels right. It feels like the New York Giants were the only team in the NFL who didn't score a single point on Sunday, okay? Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. If not, who cares, all right? Who cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining? Now, if you haven't heard, the final score last night was 40-0. I mean, that Cowboys D was penetrating the Giants' O-line all night with no lubrication. All right, let's go to CBS 2 New York for the report, please.
So there's that. 40-0, your primetime final between the Cowboys and the Giants. It was wet, it was wild, and it had some history in it. 40 points is the largest shutout victory in a Cowboys opener in the history of the franchise. 40 points is the largest shutout loss in an opener in Giants franchise history.
It was wet. That's why it made it so easy for the Cowboys D to penetrate. Now, look, it was the eve of 9/11 as well, okay, and America's team showed up. That moment was for America, okay? That moment was for America's team. We knew what America needed, and we delivered, all right? We knew what the moment was. We wasn't going to let America down at a time like this. In fact, we knew that it was going to be a tough time for the Giants, which is why we decided to bring 40s for the whole team. You know, growing up, if one of your homies was going through something, you pull up with an ice-cold 40 to try to numb the pain. And last night was probably the first time in a long time that a lot of people in New York drank a 40-0. And that's why so many of them were looking sick last night and probably feel a little hungover today. See, that Cowboys 40-0 hit different. All right, 40-0 is St. Ives, Old English, Colt 45, Slick Malt Liquor, that Blue Bull, that 211, Hurricane, Mickey's, King Cobra. None of them hit like that Cowboys 40-0. Now, I know there was a lot of Dominicans in New York last night who feel like they put on white jeans and blue Giants jerseys for absolutely no reason. And who am I to tell you different? You are absolutely correct. You put on those white jeans and that blue Giants jersey for no damn reason at all last night, and the weather was disgusting, so those white jeans got ruined. I guarantee dry cleaners all over New York City are being bombarded with white jeans today because of all the Dominicans who put on white jeans and a blue Giants jersey last night to watch my Dallas Cowboys dismantle the New York Giants 40-0. Now, Envy, this morning I want to tell you the story of the cucumber, the pickle, the penis, and the New York Giants fan. Would you like to hear it?
No.
So there was a cucumber, right? A pickle, a penis, and a New York Giants fan sitting around talking about how bad their lives were. The pickle says, that's nothing. When I get, big and hard, they stick me in a jar full of vinegar and vacuum seal me. And the penis says, my life is the worst. When I get big and hard, they put a rubber tarp on my head and stick me in a dark room and bang my head against the wall until I throw up and pass out. The New York Giants fan said, my life is terrible because I can't handle Big D. But side note, Giants fans love Little D.
I like Little D.
Yes, you do, don't you, Envy?
Oh,
Envy, you a father like me. Let's see if you can guess these dad jokes, okay? You want to guess some of them?
Sure.
Huh?
Sure.
Why doesn't New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones use the phone anymore?
Why?
Because he can't find the receivers. Listen, you want another one? How many Giants fans does it take to find a light bulb, Envy?
How many?
None, because they are happy living in the Cowboys' shadow. I got another one for you. What's the difference between the New York Giants and a dollar bill, Envy?
What?
You can still get 4 quarters out of a dollar bill. Last night, the Giants couldn't give you one. Want one more? Huh? Want one more? Huh?
No.
What did the New York Giants and Chick-fil-A workers have in common yesterday? I know you know this one. Come on. Come on. Come on.
They're off on Sunday?
Neither one of them showed up for work on Sunday. Look, I'm here all week. No, literally, I'm here all week reminding you that my Dallas Cowboys have the best D in the league. Last night, the Giants got the first taste of the big D that the league will be sucking on all season. And on February 11th, we will be playing in the Super Bowl in Vegas. But no need to get ahead of ourselves. Let's just enjoy the process, starting with the 40-0 ass cutting we put on the New York Football Giants last night. Now, can we please give the New York Giants the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons?
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
And in case you're wondering, the cucumber's life is terrible because when the cucumber gets big and hard, they chop it up and put it in a salad. Just want to throw that out there.
I would just like to say, you act like people can't have a bad day. Like you ever have sex and then boom, happens too fast. That's a bad day. You ever go to the casino and don't win? That's a bad day. You ever, need a haircut and then you forget your hat? You had a bad day. You ever walk down the street and step in some poop? You had a bad day. You ever walk down the street and a pigeon ish on you? It's a bad day. We all have bad days.
What about when somebody box your mouth? Is that a bad day?
Shut up, man.
Or is that threatening somebody with a good time?
You know what?
Which one is it? Which one is it?
It depends where you at. It depends where you're at, all right?
Oh, okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today. BET, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace, BET. Everybody else, all right, when we come back, Natalie and Derrica Wilson from the Black and Missing Foundation will be joining us.
Salute to these two sisters. They both from South Carolina. As Envy just said, they are the founders of the Black and Missing Foundation. These ladies are doing incredible work to raise awareness to the epidemic that is missing black women and children in this country. Can't wait to talk to them.
And we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy, Just Hilarious. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests joining us today. We have the founders of Black and Missing Foundation, Natalie and Derrica Wilson. Welcome, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you feeling?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having us here again.
Problem. I want to know, because I wasn't here the last time y'all came, what is BAMF?
So BAM-FI.
I'm sorry, BAM-FI. Lord, see, this is it's the producers. Ain't it crazy? All right.
Let me just tell you. Charlamagne does this all the time, right? So he'll tell somebody it's wrong so they can say it and then be embarrassed. He does it to me all the time. And I'm bad because I didn't say anything, but he does it. Like I'll be like, on the sheet he'll say Ricky. I'll be like, oh, that's Ricky. I'll be like, yeah, that's Ricky. And then you say Ricky and it's not Ricky.
They gonna come up here like, she ain't do no damn research. She gonna ask us what BAM is. Okay, BAM-FI.
BAM-FI. What is BAM-FI?
The Black and Missing Foundation.
Thank you, girl.
The Black and Missing Foundation, we are a nonprofit organization, and we bring awareness to missing people of color across the country. I mean, we have been sounding the alarm for the past 15 years that people that look like us are disappearing, and no one is really taking note of it. You know, our cases are not getting the media coverage that they deserve because awareness is key. Law enforcement isn't adding resources to the cases, and the community just isn't engaged. We tend to turn a blind eye to the issue. So Derek and I have started the organization to bring awareness to this issue and to help find those missing from our community. And we also want to educate our community about personal safety so that we don't go missing.
I was gonna ask, did Carly Russell help or hurt? Because that was a case that went crazy online, crazy on the internet, crazy on the news, something that you guys would have wanted for a missing person, but then we found out that it wasn't real. So did that hurt or help the situation that you guys are fighting for?
Well, first of all, I would love to just highlight Hoover Police Department, because in missing person cases of color, we don't normally get that reaction. So they did absolutely everything right. In fact, they're the reason why the case went viral in the first place, by taking the report, putting it out there to the local media, national picking it up, and then our community engagement. And I think one of the reasons why that case went so viral is because everyone saw themselves as Carly. You know, you think about a child walking down the road at the onset of this case, and it's nighttime. Anyone would want to be a good Samaritan and help that child. But, you know, after the fact, the revelations of that, we were disheartened, and just hearing some of our community members say that, you know, we don't want to help and we don't want to share these flyers because they didn't want it to be a hoax. What we are saying is that there are hundreds and thousands of missing people of color, and we cannot allow this one case to distract us.
Can we talk about the good sister Tamika Houston? Rest in peace to her, and how her case inspired y'all to form the Black and Missing Foundation?
Absolutely. Tamika Houston's case was the inspiration behind the Black and Missing Foundation, because Tamika's aunt Rebecca, she's in media like I am, and she could not get that media coverage, national media coverage for her niece. So that inspired us, and what keeps us going are these families that are desperately searching for us. And Rebecca is on our board. And having her to have that Finding Tamika's Story or podcast is really inspirational, because again, so many people are disappearing. 40% of the missing population are people of color. And we are not getting the resources that we need. And people are missing for a number of reasons. Your platform is mental health. Mental health. Sex trafficking of our girls and boys is a huge issue in our community. And we just need to continue to uplift those that are still searching for their missing loved one.
Can we talk about why Black people go missing at such a high rate?
Well, Black people go missing at a higher rate specifically for sex trafficking. There's a study by the Urban Institute that said they interviewed pimps and pedophiles. They said, one, they like Black girls because no one is going to look for them, which is the truth, right? And that's why this organization was created. And the penalty for sex trafficking our young girls and boys is not as high as their white counterparts.
Really?
So, so that's what they're saying. So we, again, need to change policies and procedures to protect those that are most vulnerable. I mean, they're preying on children in low-income societies because they want what we take for granted. They want food and shelter, and they're selling them a pipe dream. And they're selling their bodies, you know, and a child cannot consent to have sex. They're being raped over and over again. So we have to do a better job and stop calling our girls fast. Stop it. You don't know what they're experiencing. Why? You know, why is she pregnant at 13 years old? Don't just assume that she's hot in the you-know-what. We have to do a better job as a community in protecting our children. And again, you know, we're all on social media. We're posting everything. I'm at the Breakfast Club. No, wait until you get home and post. You never know who's watching. You know, people are stalking you. It's a really crazy world.
I just wanted to add, we can't forget about our boys. Our boys, we don't talk about it, but our boys are also being trafficked at a high rate as well.
So what do you tell parents, like, or family members? How do you protect your kids, you know?
Well, we have to get back to the basics. We have to stop being our children's friend and be their parent. We have to put down these devices. You know, these predators, they are utilizing these chat features. I'm sure a lot of, you know, listeners out there, their children are on Roblox. You know, Roblox is a free platform, and those predators are also on Roblox as well, entering those chat features. And I think parents need to understand the grooming process. You know, when you think about a child going missing, you know, what really comes to mind is probably a white van pulling up and snatching a kid and driving off.
Yep.
Okay, we're not saying that that can't happen, but this grooming process takes time. They're building on their trust, and it could take 6 months, it can take years, but they are doing that grooming process because they want to build that child's trust. So we're telling parents, be that nosy parent. I mean, I'm a parent, and you live in my house, I'm going to be all in your business. Because if I'm not going to take care of it, if I'm not being responsible, then someone else is going to get to my children. And I cannot allow that to happen. So we have to have these uncomfortable conversations with our children at a very early age.
All right, we got more with Natalie and Derica Wilson from the Black and Missing Foundation. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Natalie and Derica Wilson from the Black and Missing Foundation. Charlamagne?
I love y'all hashtag help us find us. How often does the Black and Missing Foundation help find people, like actually find people who go missing?
We help find people every day, and since our inception, we have helped to bring home or provide closure to more than 400 families.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
So there are still thousands of families still searching for their missing loved ones, and we ask them to not give up hope. But we are a resource for them, and we need our community to get involved. We can't do this work alone, and don't turn a blind eye to the issue. We mentioned Carly Russell. You know, share these cases of missing individuals, because we just need one person to come forward to help bring a missing person home, or for a family to get the answers that they deserve.
You know, is there any advice that you can tell parents of what their kids can do in a case that they did get kidnapped? You know what I mean?
Well, first, I would advise parents to make sure that you have everything in the event that your loved one went missing. You know, so often we don't have photos. We're waiting on parents to send photos. And in this day and time, everyone has a device, but we're still waiting on photos. Collect your child's DNA. You know, establish that, again, getting back to the basics, know who those friends are, establish that contact list so you can make those calls and make those contacts. And then with children, we have to understand where they are and meet them where they are. They're very vulnerable. So we have to make sure that we are continuing to encourage them, inspire them, let them know that they can always come and talk to you, or a trusted adult, whether it's an educator, doctor, whoever it is that they trust. And just look for the signs in your home. And this is for parents. If you see your child coming in with a cell phone or some clothes that just seemed out of the ordinary, you know, ask questions, ask those tough questions, and then also just connecting with the school too.
Where you get that hat from, boy?
Exactly. You have, but you have to ask those questions. You know, you didn't purchase it.
Right.
One thing I learned too is an executive producer finding Tamika was that the role the media plays. And the lack of coverage that, you know, Black women get when they go missing. Is that changing, you think?
Well, we have made some inroads. We've come a long way, but we still have a lot more work to do. Now we can reach out to media partners to say, yes, I need coverage. And they'll be willing to help. But sometimes it's an uphill battle. I'll reach out to the media outlets and I'm met with silence, right? But we have social media, and that is our digital milk carton. And everyone is pretty much on social media. If you can share these profiles of a missing individual, we don't have to wait for the 5 o'clock news cycle or any news cycle. We can get that information out instantaneously and a far reach. We just traveled from DC, and in 2.5 hours we were here on Amtrak. No one asked for any ID, any information. So think about if someone is being trafficked from DC to New York. They could be here, and if we can share that information on social media, we can help find them much quicker.
You know, now at the airport, I see it all over the airport. You'll see signs. I've heard people say that, you know, people came up to them and was like, hey, is this your dad or is this your mom? Or, you know, ask somebody, is that your daughter? Is it getting better at all or is it getting worse?
We can actually see the change. It's starting to change, but we're also taking matters into our own hands as well. Our community members matter. And, you know, when you talked about the media, we created our own media. We want to tell the story ourselves.
Yeah.
Because it seems as if sometimes we're stereotyped, and we don't want people to get distracted that these are valuable members of our community, and regardless of race, sex, and zip code, they matter. So we're telling our stories.
Yeah.
And that's the production company y'all started with it.
Yes.
Bamfi? That's what you called it, Jess?
It's Bamfi is what it is. I called it Bamf because that's what you said.
But she got it
Bamf
right.
Enterprises.
So Bamfi Enterprises is a production company that we have created. Untold Stories is a podcast that we've created to give families a voice. That's what they're saying. No one is hearing us. We need a platform to tell the story of our missing loved ones. And we have been technical consultants on movies, such as Black Girl Missing with Lifetime and some other projects. So we are creating our own platform, as Derek said, because we want to tell the stories of those that are missing. Awareness is key. If you don't know that someone is missing, you may walk by them and, you know, you couldn't help bring them home. So we have to be vigilant and, you know, create our own opportunities or our own seat at the table.
Absolutely. And mentally and emotionally, how connected do y'all become with these missing children?
These families become our family. And, you know, it's that personal touch. We are national, but as soon as we connect with the family, every family member is in our phone by name, and their loved one is the flyer. So when they call us, we're able to identify. It's the small things that mean so much. And I think it's important to highlight that the person who goes missing is not the same person who returns home when they do return home. And so there's additional resources that's needed for those individuals, and we're here to help them. We have partnerships to continue to get the resources that they need once they have been found. And I know we highlighted earlier some of the reasons, but there was one that I wanted to highlight right now is also domestic violence. You know, that is a correlation, and that was the situation even with Tamika's case. And Tamika's case was also near and dear because she went missing from my hometown. And
Spartanburg.
Yes, and before she went missing, we didn't see anyone. It just didn't stand out for us. But looking at Tamika looked like my sister. She looked like my nieces. And there's so many Tamikas out there. So that's why Natalie and I, we do what we do.
Yeah, I'm not. These cases are just even hard. I guess because I got 4 daughters, they're just even hard to listen to. Because immediately, when you see it, you start thinking, "What if?" I don't even want to put that. I don't even want to say it, but you know, that's what you start thinking. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn. So it's like when you see things come across your timeline, you feel like I got to get involved because I would want somebody to do that for people that I love too. You know?
Absolutely.
We cannot turn a blind eye to this issue at all.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us. How can people get more involved or follow you to make sure that, you know, because sometimes it's the little thing. People always say, well, what can I do? And they don't understand a repost will help, you know, just to talk about the story or put it in their story. Just so how can people follow you?
And for people who don't trust that no more because they think, you know, I don't know if this is real or not.
Right. And we verify all of our cases before we post them.
Oh, okay.
If there isn't a missing person's report on file, we help them file it.
Gotcha.
And we work with them to get that media coverage and to upload it to our social media platforms. But to get involved, please visit BAMFI.org. That's the Black and Missing Foundation Inc.org. That's a low-hanging fruit. Just start with who's missing from your community and share that flyer. You know, we need financial support. We provide burial services, financial support for families that are desperately searching for their missing loved ones, flyers, you know, anything that they need, and we can provide it, we do. So we need our community to get involved to help us. And then we also have the podcast. Take a listen to these stories. These are real people that are missing, like Ariana Fitz, Eotis Harris. You know, we dropped a episode yesterday on sex trafficking. This young lady was sold by her mother at 13 years old. You know, she had 3 kids by this man, and law enforcement said there was nothing we can do.
Wow.
So listen to these cases, take it seriously, and help us to find us.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much,
And
Natalie.
thank you for your service.
We appreciate you for
really
joining us.
value and appreciate the Black and Missing Foundation. Thank you very much for the work y'all do.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you for educating me on BAM-FI. Thank you so much.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Rumor has it, rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Well, last week, Friday, they announced some of the BET Hip Hop Awards, like Hip Hop Artist of the Year. 21 Savage, Burna Boy, Cardi B, Drake, Glorilla, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Uzi Vert. Who you giving that one to?
What was that? You said Best Artist of the Year?
Best Hip Hop Artist.
And who is it? Kendrick Lamar, Lil Uzi, who else?
Burna Boy, 21 Savage, Cardi B, Drake, Glorilla.
Why is Burna Boy in there?
I don't know why Burna Boy is in that category for hip hop artist.
I mean, Best Hip Hop Artist of the Year this year would definitely go to a woman because, you know, women have been running things in hip hop all year long this year.
Glorilla or Cardi B, those are the two women on there.
But I don't feel like Glorilla and Cardi B put out a lot of music this year. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, ugh.
But would you think Drake? Because Drake put out, 2 albums, and he's been on tour, selling out tours.
The Drake and 21 album was this year?
Yep.
Yeah, it would have to probably either go to Drake or 21 because some of the women that I would have probably put in that category, I don't hear them mentioned for Best Hip Hop Artist. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'd probably put Drake or 21.
And now, Best Hip Hop Platform. All Hip Hop, Carisha Please, Drink Champs, $1 Million Worth of Game, Rap Caviar was there, The Breakfast Club is in there, just to name a few.
I think for Best Hip Hop Platform, I'm going to go with $1 Million Worth of Game. Yeah,
Why?
I'm going to say $1 Million Worth of Game. Because $1 Million Worth of Game, consistently, every week, damn near, they talk to rappers. You know what I mean? I love Drink Champs too. Drink Champs is a very consistent hip hop platform. You know, they usually focus on the OGs in our culture. $1 Million Worth of Game, they focus on you know, some of the people that are current right now and a lot of the new guys. Like I just saw the episode they put out with Rod Wave yesterday. So for Best Hip Hop Platform, I'm gonna go $1 Million Worth of Game.
I'm not mad at that $1 Million Worth of Game. Shout to Gillian Wallow. Shout to Nori EFN at Drink Champs. But I just got to lean towards the Breakfast Club.
Oh, God. Yeah, but you're biased.
A little bit.
Listen, Breakfast Club, we are a staple in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're in the Radio Hall of Fame. You know, we've gotten a lot of awards, you know, but I think when you say Best Hip Hop Platform, at least for me, for the past year, I'm going to say $1 Million Worth of Game. But I will say this, though. I vote on the BET Hip Hop, for the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Yep.
So I went in my email and I voted for the 13 categories. I ain't seen no Best Hip Hop Platform up there. Now I don't know if they don't send that to me because I'm one of the nominations, but I didn't see Best Hip Hop Platform up there. BET. I saw 13 other categories. I ain't seen no Best Hip Hop Platform.
I got to check my email, man.
So I would hope that that is just because I'm one of the nominees in the Best Hip Hop Platform, because if everybody is getting this email and there's 13 categories, but Best Hip Hop Platform isn't one of them, that just lets me know that whole that part of the show is rigged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna check now. Now you're gonna make me check.
And if that part of the show is sponsored by DeLeon and Ciroc, okay, and Carisha Please wins again this year, and Drink Champs wins again this year, we gonna know that fight is fixed. Jesus. But I love Carisha Please though, and Drink Champs. But I'm serious. When I went to go vote, Best Hip Hop Platform wasn't one of the categories I could vote for.
Okay. Now, also, you know, Gunna had his first show since being in jail. You know, people were calling him a snitch and saying he'll never make it back, but he sold out the Barclays Center this week, and it was crazy. I mean, he did a great show. People seemed like they loved the show. He showed love to Young Thug by putting up a Free Jeffrey on the screens. This was the start. So he has a show in New York that just sold out, and now he's going to L.A., and they said that sold out as well.
Okay, well, salute to Gunna. I mean, why wouldn't it be? like, you know, listen, man, people put snitching allegations on Gunna. Here's the thing. Majority of consumers ain't in the street.
Correct.
So why would they care?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like them young white kids and them young black kids and young Asian kids that love hip hop, they could care less, what Gunna did in the courtroom. They care about what Gunna does in the studio.
Correct.
They care about them records. And Gunna got some dope ass records, so they're gonna show up. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. And lastly, we tell you all the time, be careful about what you put on social media. Child Services was allegedly called on Blueface and allegedly showed up to his house after that video where he had strippers and he asked his son if he was, I guess, gay. Let's listen.
There's booty cheeks out here. You in here looking for chips and Slim Jims for You ain't gay, right? My man. My dog.
Now, apparently the cops have been called to Blueface's home a total of 9 times since May, and they believe it's because, if you don't know what we're talking about, Blueface had strippers in the living room, and his son went to the pantry to go get Slim Jims and chips, and Blueface walked up to his son and was like, "With those cheeks out there, are you gay?" And the cops were called.
Yikes! Well, once again, everything don't got to be on social media, yo.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't know why y'all keep putting everything on social media. It does not have to be.
That's right. Well, people will call the cops and report you for anything. So like you said, sometimes it's better not to just put your stuff on social media and keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I don't see the reason why they would want to.
Yeah. And that is your rumor report.
You know what I'm doing right now?
What you doing?
Voting for the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Okay.
Because I just voted for Best Hip Hop Video. I voted for the Baby Shake Something.
Yeah, that video's dope.
So I'm voting right now.
I'm a vote today. And again, I just want to salute to Dr. Puma. Now, if you don't know who Dr. Puma is, he came up here about a week ago and was talking about your heart and things you can do to protect heart disease. And I went there last week. I was very scared, very nervous. I ain't even going to sit there in front. And the reason I get scared, people say, well, why are you scared? Is because it's not the scared to do the procedure. It's always scared of the results. But we have to do this to make sure that if there are problems or there are situations that you can check. So I went through the procedure. My heart is totally fine, which is amazing. I was gonna read what he emailed me yesterday, but I can't find it. But pretty much he just said my heart is of somebody 20 years younger than me. So I'm just telling.
I'm hoping that ain't Dr. Puma's line, because he told me the same damn thing.
Really?
Okay. Dr. Puma told me, I got mine right here. He said, overall, your results are excellent. Despite a high calcium score for your age, there's only minimal plaque in your heart arteries. Furthermore, your lipid cholesterol profile is excellent and well below goal on your current statin medication and aspirin, which I would continue. Your blood pressure and heart rate are those of a man 20 years younger. All these factors contribute to a very low 10-year cardiovascular risk of only 3.5%. Optimal for men of your age would be 3%, so you are in very good shape. I tell everybody, man, I've done every single cardiovascular test you could think to do, not even throughout my whole life, but especially over like the past, since December of last year.
Yep.
Because I deal with anxiety a lot, and sometimes those symptoms can feel like you having a heart attack. So I've done every single test you could possibly do. Nothing put my mind at ease like Dr. Puma's the Soren CT scan.
Yep.
So I encourage y'all to go to Soren Medical, go get the Soren CT scan. When I say nothing put my mind at ease like he did, nothing has. So salute to Dr. Puma.
Yeah, he said that, and he also told me my calcium score is 0 and I have no plaque. He said it can be no better. That's what he said about my heart. He says your blood pressure and heart rate are those of a healthy 20-year-old.
That's amazing.
Dope. Just one. So go out there. And he said a lot of people have called, and he said, come on in, and they would love it. I think they have a facility in Brooklyn and one in Manhattan on Wall Street. So definitely get yourself checked out. All right. All right. When we come back, we got the People's Choice Mix. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. And salute to all the HBCUs. I know this week and next week start HBCU week. And I just want to tell y'all September 16th, which is this Saturday, Morehouse versus Albany State. I've been trying to get these classics back to the East Coast, so this is a good one. This is at the MetLife Stadium where the Giants and Jets play this weekend, and we want all the schools, all the HBCUs to come on down. You don't have to go to Morehouse or Albany State. It's the Battle of Georgia, but it doesn't matter what school you went to. If you went to Morgan, Howard, Hampton, South Carolina, if you went to
South Carolina State.
All right. Whatever school you went to. And I seen them play this weekend, actually. They played Georgia Tech this weekend. I was out there DJing for that. But whatever school you went to, come on down. Fraternities, sororities, that's this weekend. There's so many activities. There's step shows. There's bands. We're doing an after party for all the Virgos. So it's going to be like an HBCU party. So if you're in town, come on down. We're going to have a lot of fun. And that is this weekend. You could just hit up HBCU NY Classic for more information. And then Charlamagne, you're doing your mental wealth expo, correct?
That's right. Saturday, October 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Marriott Marquis, Times Square in New York City. My 3rd annual Mental Wealth Expo, a day of mental health and healing education in honor of World Mental Health Day. Salute to my good sister, Dr. Alfie Breland Noble. She will be in attendance. Dr. Rita Walker will be there. Michelle Williams, you know Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child and her podcast, the Checking In podcast on the Black Effect Network. She'll be there. Carson Daly will be there. Dr. Jay Barnett will be there. Brandon Marshall will be there. Psychotherapist Elliot Connie will be there. My man Rashawn Miller will be there. Just a whole lot of mental health experts and psychiatrists and therapists and mental health advocates. And it is a free event from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. Just go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more information, and we'll see you on October 7th.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the positive note and more, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, we got to salute Juicy J for joining us this morning, and make sure you pick up his book.
Very good book, man. Salute to Soren Baker, who's his co-writer on that book, man. It's called The Chronicles of the Juice Man. Very, very interesting book. Even if you're not like a fan of Juicy J and 3-6 Mafia, it's just a good read, a good escape. You know, if you're a reader, so go pick that up.
And also salute to the women from the Black and Missing Foundation that stopped through to fill us into a lot of our women that are still being taken, still being kidnapped, and the brothers too, and the kids too. So salute to those women as well.
Absolutely. You know, we put out a project called Finding Tamika. You know, me and Kevin Hart have a company with Audible called SBH Productions, and we put out an audio scripted documentary called Finding Tamika that the good sister Erica Alexander and Color Farm did. And that's when I, first learned of the Black and Missing Foundation, because, that case, Tamika Houston from Spartanburg, South Carolina, is what sparked them to create the Black and Missing Foundation. So those sisters are doing phenomenal, fantastic work. So salute to them.
All right. Now you got a positive note?
I do. The positive note is simply this, man. One of the most underrated ingredients for having a good life is a clear conscience. To know you aren't out here doing people dirty, hiding who you are, or screwing people over, that lets you sleep very peaceful at night, because karma is real, energy is contagious. Live accordingly, y'all.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?